Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be an annual Project Pan introduction for Labor of Love It. It's a couple days late. Nikelle, I'm so sorry I'm a little bit late, but I don't think that surprises anybody at this point. Everything about my life is at least a little bit late, if not a lot late. But this is a Project Pan introduction for a project that has been ongoing for many years in a row. I've done it almost every year. I had to skip last year because life was crazy, and I skipped about 5 years ago because of health issues, but I try to do this project every year. It is the fastest project I do in any given year. I blink and it's over, and that's part of what makes this project so unique in my lineup for yearly Project Pans. It's also what makes this project challenging in a way because I am a slow project panner, you might know. So I have to set realistic goals and choose my products very carefully. In an ideal world, at this point in the year, I have some gaps to fill in my project panning lineup, but unfortunately, there are no gaps right now. I haven't finished a lot so far in the products that I've chosen to pan this year. And so it's not like I need to fill in products that I've finished. So I had to come up with 10 products that I could set goals with, even though I don't have any gaps in my project panning lineup. But that being said, the whole point of Labor of Love It is to work on 10 products that you love. And so that makes it a little bit easier because the idea isn't to focus on project panning the items that you want gone, it's to project pan the items that you love. And so that was the fun part of this project. My favorite part about project panning is always starting a new project. It is so exciting to shop my stash, to go into my office where I store all the products that I'm not project panning, and to select items from this collection that I don't see on a day-to-day basis, and to bring them into my bathroom where I put my makeup on every day and incorporate them into my everyday routine. It is so thrilling to do that for me, and I love project panning. I still love project panning after all these years. So let's get into what these 10 products are that I chose and what the goals are that I've set for them. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited and nervous, definitely. The first item that I've chosen to work on is actually 3 individual items, and it's skincare. They are 3 of my Dr. Dennis Gross Extra Strength Daily Peels. This came in a box, I think, of 35, and I heard horror stories from people who left messages saying, like, don't forget to use these up, because I had mine in my cabinet for so long that the active ingredients of this product actually melted the packaging and leaked all over my cabinets, and I had to throw them all away. And that's been haunting me for a long time. Obviously the name daily suggests that this is like a 1 month supply, and yet I've had these for years because I don't know why. I don't know why I do that, but I've had these for years. The word on them is daily. I'm not using them daily. I did put these in a project last year. I threw them into my advent calendar project pan last year, and I was able to use like 15 of them up last year. And when I did my inventory at the beginning of the year, I had 7 left over, and I still have 7. So we're halfway through this year and I haven't even touched them, because if it's not in a project, I don't touch them. So I've decided to put 3 of the remaining 7 of these into this project in the hopes of getting them used up by the time this project ends on, is that an ant or a fly crawling on my ring light? Gross. I think this project is going to end on September. It's going to end on Labor Day. That's where the Labor of Love It comes from. I'm not sure what day Labor Day falls on this year, but Labor Day is the ending point. So I want to try and use these 3 up by Labor Day. I should be able to do it. Items number 2 and 3 come from my sample pack of Nikelle perfumes. This was the Discovery layering set. The box is a little beat up, but I ordered this from Kohl's, the Sephora inside of Kohl's. I think I was trying to get free shipping or something, and this was an affordable item. And I have been kind of obsessed with the scent Yum Pistachio Gelato ever since I saw the gorgeous packaging of that bottle advertised somewhere. And so I wanted to kind of try it before I buy it, because I do tend to buy like not only full-size perfumes, but like the largest full size that you could possibly buy. And so I had a lot of people tell me like, it's not what you think it's gonna be, so try it. And I'm glad you guys said that, because you are so right. It is nothing like I thought it was gonna be. So this is an 8-pack sampler of Nikelle Perfumes. I hope I'm saying the name right, Nikelle. And so what I've been trying to do is try all these out and determine if I was going to buy one Nikelle perfume, would it be Yum Pistachio Gelato, or would it be a different one? What I have found, I have sampled all of these now at least once, is that there's something very similar about all of these perfumes, almost too similar in my opinion. I'm curious to know what some of you think that have tried this line of perfumes, or more than one of this line of perfumes, because I find them to be very, very similar, way too similar for my preferences. Like, I think they're kind of, there's very subtle differences, but there's something so similar about them that it's very strange. And I've tried different perfumes from the same maker, but they're different. These are so okay, I'm just perseverating, but they're very similar. That being said, I do still like the Yum Pistachio Gelato slightly more than some of the other ones I've tried. So I figured I could rule them out and pan them out of this little sampler. These are the only samples of perfumes that I have left in my collection. And I've used up all my other samples. Some of them were super old. Most of them were hand-me-downs from friends that had decluttered them to me. The rest were, you know, samples that I had gotten from Sephora purchases and whatever. But the first one I would like to put in this project is Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, which is this one right here at the bottom. Very, very similar. Very, very similar. If I haven't mentioned that before, very, very similar to Yum Pistachio Gelato, but there's something about this one that I like slightly less than that one. So that's gonna be the first one to go. And the second one is gonna be Eden Juicy Apple. Yeah. Again, I like it. Very similar, but don't like it quite as much as the Yum Pistachio Gelato. Yum Pistachio Gelato. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Like, so what I do is I try the Yum Pistachio Gelato, I can't say it, and then go to the other one the next day while the original scent is still fresh in my brain, and kind of go back and forth. And just to make sure that I do like that one the best. So I'm gonna keep doing that and rule these out. But for the sake of this project, I would like to pan these. These are two separate numbers. This is number 2 and number 3 out of my little collection. All right, items number 4 and 5 are both nail polishes. Now, again, if you know me, I've had on again, off again struggles with panning nail polishes, with painting my nails in general. I get on a roll, I do good, and then I fall off the wagon, and then I get on a roll and I do good, and then I fall off the wagon. I haven't painted my nails in several weeks, and I'm in desperate need of a pedicure. And I'm once again hoping that by putting a couple polishes in a project, it will inspire me to get going and paint my nails. And these are both polishes that scream summertime to me, and I'm very inspired to use these two shades very much right now. The first one is a KB shimmer polish that is lime green. This is the shade Something to Talk About. Something to Talk About. Love that name. I'll put it up here so you can see it. I think after I purchased this polish at a Black Friday sale haul several years ago, I did like a one-hand swatch for Instagram, but I haven't worn it since. And I believe this is a standalone polish, but I did pull this Kale polish out in 305. which has been in this project in previous years. This is another like summertime polish for me. And so I figured I might use this as a base and this as a topper if this one doesn't stand alone. And then I was also inspired by this shade right here, which looks more silver than green, but I think it's just because a lot of the glitter hollow has been sticking to the walls of the bottle. But this is a very old Milani polish in the shade High Tech. And it's definitely got a lot of green to it. I know that it's not showing up as green as it used to, but these three together have me feeling some kind of way, and I want to play around with them and see what I can come up with. But the one for this project is this right here, and I think the goal for this one is just going to be to use it 5 times. If I could paint my nails with this 5 times in this project, I would be very happy. Of course, pedicures count as a manicure, you know, as a time. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can meet my goal of painting my nails 5 times with this polish during this project. Not only because I've been struggling with painting my nails, but because I've decided to put another polish in this project, which is crazy. But yeah, the other polish I've decided to put in is another oldie, and it's another Milani polish. Oh, Milani needs to bring back polishes. They had good polish. This is called Number 1 Hottest Pink, and it is that kind of hot pink with that like blue shift that I am a sucker for and that screams summer to me. This shade specifically reminds me of the 80s, that hot pink with a blue shift. But like even today, every summer, some indie brand polish comes out with a polish just like this. Every year, this shade is re-released by somebody every summer because this is such a classic summery shade and it is so fun. And I want to paint this on my nails. And of course, while I was shopping my stash for this polish, I was inspired by 2 similar but different polishes as well. One is another Milani polish right here. This is called Pink Out Loud. Probably purchased at the same time from the same collection. And it doesn't have that blue shift. It's got more of a gold shimmer running through it, but so summery, so pretty. And then the other one is kind of a mix between the 2, and this is from Mary Kay in the shade Pink Plunge. Yeah, Pink Plunge. Yeah, so I feel like there's kind of a cool tone shift to it. I don't know if it's a blue shift, but it's kind of a cool toned pink shift. But then I also see some like goldeny shift to it. I don't know. I kind of feel like if you took these 2 and mixed them together, you'd get the Mary Kay one in the middle. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're all so similar. I don't need all 3, that's for sure. But I pulled them out for my summer inspiration. I used to do a seasonal shop my stash for a couple years, and I had a lot of fun doing that. With me not buying any new makeup, I felt like it was getting repetitive, so I stopped doing that. But this is kind of like me shopping my stash for my nail polishes for the summer. But this is the shade that I want to use 5 times between now and Labor Day. Again, with 2 polishes, I'm kind of nervous, but I want to try. Product number 6 might be a product that has been in the Labor of Love It project before. Again, this is just a product that I look at. It makes me smile, it makes me happy, and I think of summer when I see it. And that is this Lime Crime liquid lipstick. These are called, I think this is called a plushie. Yeah, these are the Lime Crime plushies, and this is the shade Dragon Fruit, and it's a very cool tone pink. And yes, I haven't used this in a long time, but I love this shade so much and I can't wait to use it again. I think I'd like to set the goal of using this 20 times in this project. And another lip product that I've decided to put in this project is another color changer. I think you guys know that I've been kind of obsessed with my color changing lip products. This is another It Je Ne Sais Quoi product. This is a Vitality Gloss Stain, and this looks like a milky pink in the tube, but historically it turned my lips into a hot pink stained shade that I loved. I loved this product so much. I have discovered through trial and error that some of my color changing lip products no longer work as good as they used to. Some of them still work just as good as they used to. I haven't used this in a couple years. It still smells delicious, like sweet, sugary, the kind of scent that I believe all lip products should have, and I don't know why they don't. This is about half gone. I don't think I could use it up in this project, but I would also like to set the goal of using this 20 times during this project. I do have a lot of other lip products and glosses in particular that I need to be panning this year, and I don't want this to distract me from that, but I would like to play around with this because I haven't used it in a long time and I've really missed it, and I hope it still stains my lips hot pink because that is so fun, and I know it's not for everybody. I know some people hate that, but I love it. I do. Okay, this next product might be kind of a spoiler alert for another project, but this is one area that I could be filling a gap technically. I do have another similar product lined up for another project, but I decided to pull in a cream blush. This is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur Blush in the shade Soft Berry. I first heard about this product years ago from watching a Sam Sherman video. I literally had to unsubscribe from Sam Sherman's channel, not because I fell out of love with her, not because she did anything wrong, but because she was so influential to me. I was so heavily influenced by her recommendations that I would find myself searching high and low for the products she recommended, paying way over the recommended market value for them if they were hard to find and no longer available, doing crazy things that I shouldn't do, like crazy things. But there's something about Sam Sherman's recommendations that when she recommends something, I find that I have to have it. And so, yeah, I had to unsubscribe from her, unfortunately. But this was a product that she recommended, and then I found it on clearance at my local Meijer, and I snapped it up. I am panning a cream blush right now that is a very neutral, light shade, and what I've been doing with it is mixing it with deeper shades, and this is a pretty intense pink. This is, I mean, the shade inside is the shade that this bottle is. I've never used it on my cheeks before. I've had this for years, and I've never used it, which is a whole nother story. But again, I would like to try and use this 20 times during this project and see if I can get some use out of it, mixing it with a shade that is very neutral and very light, and come up with my perfect rosy pink cream blush. All right, 2 more products. The next one is a purple eyeliner. I have been panning about every color eyeliner that you could imagine over the last several years, but one color I'm not currently panning is a purple. This is a very like grayed out purple. This is a Marc Jacobs eyeliner, and I believe that the shade of this is called Cherry Grape, although the writing on this packaging is so tiny, it's almost cruel, but I believe it's called Cherry Grape. This is obviously not a full-size eyeliner. I got this as part of a holiday kit when Marc Jacobs was on its way out, and I snagged it up kind of in anticipation of the highliners going out of business. The highliners are probably my all-time favorite eyeliner pencil I've ever owned, and I freaked out and bought every one I could get my hands on as soon as I found out that they were leaving. I don't know if this is the most wonderful shade of eyeliner, but I haven't even used it on my eyes, so how do I know? What do I know? I think it's a little bit too light for me, and it's not that light, but it's a little bit light. I don't know, we'll see. I need to try it, but I'd like to use this 20 times in this project. 20 is the magic number for usage on this project, except for the nail polishes. I'm just going with 5. And then the final item I'd like to put in this project is an long-time favorite of mine. It's a product that once I hit pan on it, I kind of put it away and I haven't touched it in forever, but it's been on my mind a lot lately, and that is this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Waddles. This is one of Kathleen Light's collaborations, and it reminds me so much of a shade from her Zodiac palette that she did in collaboration with ColourPop, and I can't remember what the name of that shadow is, but this is a shadow that Kathleen has collaborated with ColourPop on in a couple different formulas, and it is very, very flattering on me and obviously on her because she created it, but it is a satiny kind of mauve pink shade that makes a fabulous transition shade. So I apply that kind of from my crease up to my brow bone, and I apply it with a brush. This is one of the few shades from ColourPop that I like to apply with a brush rather than with my fingers. And unfortunately, my main goal for ColourPop Super Shock Shadows has just been to hit pan on as many as I can. And then once I do that, I kind of put them aside and forget about them. I am trying to finish one Super Shock Shadow at a time, but the rest just kind of sit there and wait. So I'd like to pull this back out again, get 20 uses on it, see if I can expand the pan a bit, maybe clear out the rest of that button and make the pan a little bit wider. But yeah, I just want to use this and enjoy it because it is a great transition shade. I feel like I have a lot of lid shades that I'm project panning right now. I feel like I have a lot of deepening outer corner shades and a lot of brow bone highlight shades to pan. But I don't feel like I'm overwhelmed with crease shades, especially with my Coastal Scents quad that I'm panning as my kind of pan that palette. This will go great with that, and I'm looking forward to using this in combination with that Coastal Scents quad because I think this will go really well with that. So again, 20 uses for this. I've been kind of rambly again, but that is it for the introduction of this project. I'm hoping that I can get one update in before the finale. Like I said, this is such a fast project that I barely have time to get updates in. I think I could potentially do 2 updates, but I think we all know my act is not together for that. So I'm hoping to get one halfway point check-in with you guys to let you know how close I am to meeting my goals on these items, and then I'll do the finale on or within the range of Labor Day and let you guys know how it all worked out in the end. But yeah, really excited to use and enjoy these 10 products. I am off of work now for the summer, and I'm praying that I can get back on Instagram and post something. I don't know what my goal is. I just want to post something on Instagram. I want to check my messages. I know a lot of you guys have left me DMs, and I want to read through my DMs and see what you guys have been reaching out to me for, and apologize for being absent. I think that's it for this Project Pan introduction. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.